I'm curious about, why science, I mean, of course you can say religion, but what do you think it is about science that triggers people so much and upsets people and kind of makes them close in on and not question beliefs?
Grab that one or at least first, if you'd like. I think it's really interesting to look at the deep story of where this thing that we call modern science comes from. You could make a lot of arguments as to, so it's at this date and everything before it was crap or whatever. One of the places that I like to start is with Anaximander in what is that, like about 600 BCE, ancient Greek guy in Turkey, an island off of the coast of Turkey, who is the first person to figure out the water cycle, but also evolution. He sort of presages evolutionary theory, thinks that all animals used to be fish, including humans. He is the first person to figure out that the world was not flat, and in fact that the world is surrounded by space on all sides. He didn't think it was a ball, but he was the first person to do that. And he's at the very beginning of the sort of the ancient Greek revolution in science and philosophy and mathematics and things like that. And I think that we look at the birth historically of science, and we see that science is this thing that moves beyond what our naive, natural understandings of the world are. Atoms are weird. Nobody would intuit atoms. But atoms, it turns out, are the ways that things are. Energy and mass are really weird. The fact that everything, I don't know, is maybe math kind of deep down. The fact that apples are actually literally, like if you have an apple, I don't have here, right? An apple is literally a breathing thing that reacts to the light and touches and smells of the world around it. And you can watch that happen, right? None of these things are things that people would guess. So it almost seems like we draw the category line for science, like specifically around here are the things that any ordinary human being would intuit about the universe and say, that's not science. Science is all of the non-intuitive, totally blowing your mind, nonsense-sounding truth. And we shouldn't be surprised then that science is actually very offensive to everybody.